Every Monday night, the track at Star Skate in Norman is solely reserved for the ladies of the Oklahoma Victory Dolls Roller Derby League. Once a form of sport entertainment, now a revival led by women to restore the sport's focus on athleticism.
It doesn't matter how different you are, where you came from, you bring something to the table.
The polls officially opened up at 7 a.m. on Election Day, with more than 800,000 Oklahomans casting their vote.
Don't normally have that many things to vote on the Democratic ballot primary. We do, and the Republican primary, and then we have a Libertarian ballot too.
Whether you're voting red or blue this election, nothing is better than participating in a civic society.
It's pretty important that in order for our government to represent ourselves very well, we have to actually show them what we feel is right, is what we want to actually happen within our own government.
"25 bands from across the tri-state area came to Oologah for the 12th annual Battalion Marching Band competition to battle it out in front of the judges for first place. While each band marched to a different drummer, nothing kept a beat like the story behind Claremore High School showed this season. 2A to 5A bands have been performing here since 8 o'clock this morning. The top 12 will march it out, preceding the final award ceremony at 9:30 tonight. Reporting in Oologah, Cassidy Mudd, OU Nightly. A high school all-star jazz band, clinics for Oklahoma band directors, and an exhibit hall where directors meet with vendors. This is the Oklahoma Bandmasters Association Summer Convention. Sophomore trombone player Dylan Ward says his passion for jazz motivated him to audition.
I'm a big fan of jazz, and I wanted to expand my knowledge of playing jazz music.
The convention started Monday and will end Thursday with the All-Star Jazz Band concert. In Tulsa, Cassidy Mudd 2 works for you. From a building of the 1950s to a building of the 21st century, the 2-year construction project at Norman High School is entering its final phase. Back in 2014, voters of the Norman community passed a $126 million bond issue to invest in a variety of projects to improve education for its students across Norman.
We're not just building new buildings or improving new facilities, we're designing spaces so that students can learn in them effectively.
The facts show that Oklahoma students have suffered more trauma than many other states in our country.
It's a crisis, and the victims are invisible to us. Mental health. This year, Oklahoma saw an increase of suicide rates by more than 30%, leading the nation as one of the worst states for mental health help and awareness. One of those invisible victims is Courtney Patterson. As an active leader and passionate student, not many would suspect so much behind closed doors.
When you're going through things, it's so important for you to tell somebody about it, because I feel like a lot of people don't say anything about it.
Although the university has said it's committed to finding resources for the OU community, students and faculty are still left wondering what's next for help for mental health. Although popularized by Greek organizations, stepping finds its roots in early African history. The call and response songs were used to pass messages and stories through the emotion of dance.
Stepping, strolling, really see where the history comes from, and really get an opportunity to just experience that life and that culture, especially here on the campus.
Stomp Down is a celebration of heritage and culture for everyone. 24-hour, 7 days a week care for the 60 cats and dogs the shelter regularly cares for, not to mention the animals they save weekly from kill shelters.
A shelter is better than being out on the road, but it's also not a home with a family.
If you can't make it to the holiday sale, you can always make a donation, volunteer, or adopt one of these adorable animals that Second Chance has here. Reporting in Norman, Cassidy Mudd, OU Nightly. Tulsa's Taylor Henley, intrigued by the idea of a little free pantry, just one state away.
You go and you put your donation in the pantry, and within hours, it's going right directly into the hands of somebody in need.
Taylor grew up poor and wanted to take out the shame of receiving donations.
When I was a kid, if I could have just went and picked up something for lunch or maybe a pair of shoes without having to ask anybody or stand in line, and it would have been really nice.
The Pantry Project has 5 boxes that are ready to be placed right now. The current locations are always in need of pasta and sauces, and they even said that produce and bread do well because they're always in need. This is Cassidy Mudd reporting from Tulsa, 2 Works for You.
Owasso's New Heights Church, helping families get ready for the new school year.
Free backpacks, school supplies, shoes, socks, haircuts, and immunizations are a big part of getting ready for back to school.
Along with supplies and haircuts, volunteers are making sure kids stay healthy.
We just wanted to provide anything we could that we knew they would need to get back to school, and immunizations was a part of that.
One grateful mom, brought to tears by the generosity of her friends and neighbors.
You find yourself able to take care of your kids, fully and able, and then something happens dramatic, and it just changes everything. And then you find something like this that no one would think would make even a difference, but it makes the biggest difference.